What's going on, YouTube family? This is One Handy Dude coming to you from what's going to be my new workshop. Very excited to share this with you. It's going to be the beginning of a series of videos kind of outlining how I'm going to set this place up. Starting with a blank canvas because there isn't much really going on here. And walking you through the process of how I'm going to be doing this. Santa came early today and dropped off this beautiful DeWalt 8¼ inch table saw, model number DWE7485, and the stand that goes along with it, which is the compact table saw stand, DeWalt model number DW7451. So let's get into it. Alright, so I thought I'd bring you a little closer so we can go through assembling this thing. And basically, I'm going to set this upside down. And it comes with 4 larger bolts with nylon washers, and then 4 bolts with, nylon nuts, and 4 bolts with regular nuts. We're going to be using the nylon nuts and associated bolts to attach the legs. Alright, now we're going to get into the guts of the saw. Open this puppy up. This is the exciting part. Miter gauge. I'm happy to say that this one is metal. I know a lot of people the reviews had complained that theirs were plastic. It is indeed metal on mine. I've also read that these are not very accurate for what I intend on doing. I figure as a job site work saw, it should be fine, but not for what I plan on doing with it, which would be finer woodworking and wood crafts. But we'll test that out in a later video. That is really low. I'm definitely gonna have to end up building a workbench, which is my intentions anyways, because that is just not gonna fly. It's that's all this thing. .32½ inches. I like my back. I want to save it. I already have enough problems. Alright, so continuing on. DeWalt has this designed in a way where these 4 bolts without the nylon lock nut are supposed to be inserted into 2 holes, 2 on the front and 2 in the back. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be breaking this saw down and putting it away on the side when it's not in use. And I just don't see the need for it occupying that space unnecessarily. Okay, so this is basically what comes with the saw. obviously without the stand. That's a separate purchase. Everything looks nice so far from what I could tell. I'll go through the manual later. Definitely want to hang on to that. Let's get into the features of this thing. So right off the bat, I do know that DeWalt really engineered this quite well, where everything is going to be more or less toolless and has built-in storage for most things that you would need. So this miter gauge, which is probably going to get replaced very soon with something a little bit more accurate, slides right into the back over here, tucks nice and away over there. This splitter with the dust collection on it actually looks like it fits in over here. That goes upside down. Yep, okay. Maybe. It's kind of difficult to do with one hand, even though I'm one-handy dude. Okay, so yeah, this stores nice and easy over here. I mean, it's a little loose, but I don't think it's gonna flop around anywhere as long as it's sitting over there. Coming back over to this side, what I really do like, and what I know DeWalt has done an exceptional job with, is their whole rack and pinion system for the fence. The fence stores on this side, and again, we'll see if we can get this done just one hand. Use my knee. So that comes off, and fits on the other side. They're going to be, the fence locks into one of these two screws. They're 4 inches apart exactly. Shift this over to over here when you want to go the full distance of the fence's capability. Lock it in on that side. Clip it in over here. And what's really cool about this is it's on a rack and pinion system. So you loosen it over there, that unlocks the pinion and gear, and then you can do all your adjustments essentially by that, or you can actually just force it over to wherever you need to. Another cool feature about this is the drop down, I don't even know what you call it, but essentially what DeWalt did was they made it so if you wanted to get real thin rips over here, you still had the access and space to get a push block of some sort in there. So, you know, you're not risking losing your fingers. The other added benefit of this, which is awesome, is when you extend it past the table over here, lift it, it drops down into the second slot over there. And now, when you go all the way out, you're positively supported in line with this table, which is awesome. I forget what the distance of cutting capacity is on this. I think it's 24.5, somewhere around there. We can check that for you real quick. Yeah, we're right at a little bit over 24.5 inches, it seems like, to the blade, which is awesome. I mean, it goes past halfway of the a 4-foot sheet. I would never rip a 4-foot sheet on this. I think that would be terrifying, unless it was on a built-in table of sorts. All right, getting back to features. that seems pretty smooth. A little slow for my liking, but I guess that way you can get nice, accurate cuts. It does come with, I think, a 24 tooth DeWalt blade over here, and a riving knife, and blade adjustment, angle adjustment. Seems like it's pretty smooth and easy. I like that. Let's drop that back down so I don't end up slamming my hand into it. Alright, continuing on with the adjustments. Again, all tool free. We get inside of here. Just so you guys know, if you do end up getting this saw, there's a canvas layer that's attached over here. That's intentionally there. That's not for that's not forgotten by DeWalt or the factory or anything. That's there so to aid in dust collection and seal the unit. Once you get in here, you know, you can get the wrenches, open up the or change the blade out. The wrenches are stored conveniently right back here. You take off the wing nut. There's 2 wrenches over here. And if you want to swap out the riving knife for the dust collector and the splitter, you loosen that nut over there. What you do is you push. Let's see if we can do this while I single-handed. You're going to push in on the wing nut once it's loosened, and that'll slide out. It's on a spring-loaded thing over there. Now that releases. Say you wanted to swap in the splitter with the dust guard. Take that out. Insert back in. Alright, so now DeWalt has this new system, I guess, where they have 2 dust ports actually, and I'm quite curious to try this out because I definitely need good dust collection being indoors and you know, in an enclosed space. We will figure out how I'm going to hook this up, I guess with a Y pipe of some sorts, but this looks to be, I would say, 1 inch and 5/8 on the outside diameter. And the lower one looks to be 2.5 inches outside diameter. Alright, moving on. I did see that there's the Anti-Kickback Device over here. This actually comes off. You're gonna push. There's a little spring-loaded release. There we go. And let's see. Oh, I doubt I'm going to be able to do this one-handed, but this would essentially go in there. You push in on this and get it locked in. You want to make sure that it does, in fact, lock in. I'm going to give it one last go because I'm persistent. There we go. Much better, easier to do if you had 2 hands. Those essentially are a safety device, prevent kickback from happening once the wood comes past and these little teeth bite in. You'd be surprised how violently a table saw can send wood flying if it binds up. Let's see, are there any other features that are on here that I'm missing? I do like that it's got a nice little cord hanging area over here. I'm thinking that might be for an additional piece that DeWalt sells. It looks like it might be for like some sort of tracking, Bluetooth, something or another that can be mounted over there. That's my best guess. Moving over to here, in order to start it, you know, this is nice that they have the safety in mind in case you have little ones running around, yada, yada, yada. In order to start it, you'd obviously have to flip that up and intentionally hit the button. Very easy to mash the button to stop the saw. I think that's it's great to keep, you know, safety in mind. And then also they have a provision in here where you could, in fact, put a lock straight through to lock it out if you're on a job site and such. One last thing that I forgot to point out was, again, going along with DeWalt's engineering and design, they did a really great job of just keeping everything accessible and safety really in mind. They have a holding place for their push stick. I know it's not the greatest of push sticks. I'm probably going to end up making my own, and this will probably just end up sitting here, but I do like the idea that they're going with where, you know, safety first and safety first and foremost. And that goes back there. You know, it's just easy to grab anytime. It's intuitive, I would say. Alright guys, I think that's going to be about it for today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you this running or test this out. I still have a bunch of cleaning up to do in here before I can actually run it, and I also want to test this out with my shop vac hooked up to see how the dust collection is, whether or not I'm going to need to invest in something beyond a shop vac. Anyways, look forward to presenting you that video shortly. I would appreciate it if you subscribe and like the video. Lets YouTube know that the content that I'm putting out is useful and beneficial to people. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to actually sit down and watch this video. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, ideas for videos that you would like to see me do, pop them in the comments below. I am all ears. Here to sort of put this content out for you, so, you know, let me know. I look forward to sharing more content with you and taking you on this journey of my new workshop. Till next time, appreciate it, guys. Peace.